So what I've been doing for the last few weeks is taking a couple of fidget spinners with me to work and just carrying like two at a time, just using them as stress relief, or if I get bored I start playing with them. These are the two that I've had for the last couple of weeks. This Enzo, Mini Shocker Enzo that I just reviewed previously, and I also have this Ego spinner by Magnus or Cogent Industries. So this guy down, I think he's in Australia, makes these things. Just made a few of them, I think, and I've had this one along with me too. I've found that I played with the Wusa spinner quite a bit more. It was more fun to play with than the Ego. So the Ego has a couple of interesting things about it. First, it's made of titanium, because I think Magnus only makes things out of titanium. But the buttons are interesting too. It has two bearings in it, and they're kind of one bearing per button, so the buttons spin independently of each other. And you can get the button off by putting something sticky on here, like some tape, and just pulling it off. It's kind of press fit into the bearing. I'll skip on doing that to get on with the testing. But this one has a few problems. The biggest problem with it is the buttons. They're very small and slippery, so it's not really easy to hold. It spins fine, although I don't think it's going to spin very long because it's titanium. It doesn't weigh very much. But this is the one I'm going to do next, and see how Magnus's little fidget spinner works out. So I'll get on with the testing now. So the Ego turns out to be a really short spinner. It only got an average spin time of 1 minute and 12 seconds. So it does not spin long at all. On a subjective score, appearance I gave it a 9. I think it looks pretty good. Feel I gave it a 7, mostly because of the issues I was talking about before. It's got small slippery buttons and it's kind of hard to hold on to. Perceived quality, I gave it a 9. It seems like it was made very well. So it got an average subjective score of 8.3, but a spin time score of only 2. So I got an overall score of 5.1, which qualifies it as an average spinner. I'm trying to think why someone would want this spinner. It got overshadowed by this Wusa spinner, which I was playing with. I was playing with both of these at the same time, and the Wusa spinner was definitely my preference. Well, one thing is, if you're a fan of titanium spinners, this is a good one to have. It's a nice thick hunk of titanium. It only weighs 44 grams, which probably accounts for its short spin time, plus the fact that it's got two bearings in it, which probably slows it down too. I bought this one secondhand, I think for around $110, but I think they run around $175 when you buy them from the site. I don't think you can buy them anymore there. You probably have to get them secondhand at this point. So it's not, I mean, it's not a terrible thing to have. It does play pretty well. You got to focus on what you're doing though and how you're holding it. But for the price, I don't know. Although you are getting something that's made by just one guy, an individual named Magnus, who's got a lot of YouTube videos up. You can watch him on YouTube all the time. Shows you how he makes things. And so I think for a titanium spinner, you're not going to get a whole lot better than this, but I think for the price and if you like long spinners, this is not the one for you. But you can get this Wusa spinner, I think, for about 45 bucks, and it's a lot more fun to play with. So there you go. So the Ego is not the best. Not the best. Okay.